Hello YouTube, this is Fast J, and today we are going to talk about the racing games of 2022. So looking at last year, we had some great racing games. We had Riders Republic and we also had Hot Wheels Unleashed. Two games that, in my opinion, were really great in the end, and a lot of people didn't have real high hopes for them, but in the end they were pretty fun and managed to surprise a lot of racing gamers. And I hope this trend moves forward in 2022. And there are a few more racing games primed for this year, and yeah, let's talk about those games. So, looking at one of the biggest racing games for Sony this year is going to be, of course, Gran Turismo 7. So, Gran Turismo 7, I really have high hopes about this game. It should be a lot more expansive than Gran Turismo Sport was in its vanilla form. I hope they go back to what made Gran Turismo 6 and 5 great, and yeah, give a more expansive game with more legacy tracks, more music, because in my opinion that was one of the aspects that a lot of people don't highlight, and that is what makes Gran Turismo great. Is not only the racing itself and the car collecting and modifying your cars and taking pictures, but also the music. The whole vibe surrounding Gran Turismo was really great, and yeah, a lot of racing games and games in general don't really have that same vibe as Gran Turismo. So I'm really looking forward to this game, and yeah, it's really one of those games that I do think that maybe a game of the year, or at least game of the year in the racing game category. So moving forward to the next game, Grid Legends. Grid Legends is a game I'm a bit 50-50 on. I do hope it managed to capture what Grid games in the past had, because it seems that they lost their way after the first 2-3 entries of Grid. Grid 2019 wasn't all that great. I mean, they added a few new tracks, the graphics were polished up, but the handling wasn't really that great. The support after the initial launch wasn't that great, and yeah, it really just wasn't an amazing game or a great game when you compare it to the past entry. So I really hope that they look at the past and look at what made Grid 1 and Grid 2 so great. So yeah, hopefully Grid Legends will be a better game, and I'm interested in seeing what they will do with the story, even though it shouldn't be their main focus, in my opinion. The main focus should be that the gameplay is all great in the end. So the next game I have on the list is Forza Motorsport 2022-2023. I do expect this game to launch this year, but we don't have a lot of information to work with. We only know that it's going to be the successor to Forza Motorsport 7, that they have improved their engine and they had a lot more development time than they had in the past, and they are brushing up on things at the moment, and yeah, it should be a finished and improved game, and have more content than they had in the past entry. It's really interested in seeing how they will pick off where Forza Horizon 5 left off, because a lot of people, it seems like the Horizon series even more than the mainline Motorsport series. But we will see if they manage to capture the Motorsport crowd again and make it a great entry into the franchise. So the next game I'll be looking at is KARTRIDER Drift. It's not a big game. It's a game that is probably not on a lot of people their radar, but I do expect this game to give players that love kart racing games the opportunity to play a great game. It's going to be free to play, so I'm really interested in seeing how that's going to work out. I hope don't hope that it's too much of a microtransaction fest, but we'll have to wait and see. But from the trailers I saw and the gameplays I've seen of this game, it's definitely a game to keep an eye on. And the next game on the list is Redout 2. So Redout 2 is a game I really hope that they would announce, and I'm really surprised and happy that they did, because in my opinion Redout 1 is one hell of an aircraft game. It really managed to capture the whole Wipeout F-Zero vibe in one game, and Graphically speaking, it looked great. It had enough content at launch. They added more tracks after launch, and yeah, in the end it was a great game. And I'm really looking forward to how they improve upon the gameplay aspect of the game, because in my opinion personally, the game was a little bit too fast and too hard in the later stages of the campaign. It seemed like the car craft were just too quick to maneuver on the tight track. So hopefully they improve upon that, but I do really expect that this is a game that you should purchase in 2022. So the last game of 2022 I want to focus on is Need for Speed 2022, and presumably it's coming out this year. I do hope it's coming out this year, and if it's not, because it needs more time in the oven, yeah, hopefully it's for a good reason then. Looking at the fact that Need for Speed hasn't come out in a long time, and the last game was Need for Speed Heat, and with the lack of support for that game, I really do hope that Criterion Games managed to make a great game, even though yeah, at the moment, during all that's going on in the world, they didn't have the greatest times or the great environment to develop this game. So yeah, seeing the leaked images of certain merchandise within that has been spread within the studio, yeah, I do like the art style that is covering certain cases that I've seen, and yeah, but I'm really interested seeing the gameplay, and hopefully it managed to capture yeah, what Need for Speed needs to be, and that is about the cop chases and about car customization and having a great atmosphere with a great soundtrack with it. So we'll have to wait and see when it comes out in the end. But yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you guys liked this video. Hit subscribe if you want more content like this, and I hope to see you guys at my next one. Take care.